that was requested, and the video will be about 10 tips that I feel like you should know when applying to be a flight attendant. Now, I know you guys are probably like, oh my God, there's so many of those videos, but I've seen those videos, and a lot of those videos, they just kind of like give you like the surface of things that you probably already know or have some idea about. But today I'm gonna really share with you like the real steps and some real tips that will really get you that job. So let me just get straight into it. So number one, the resume. When you're either creating a resume to be a flight attendant, or if you already have like a customer service resume and you're just trying to basically like, edit, filter through it and make it better to get the job for a flight attendant, what I will say is make sure that your focus point is customer service. Make sure that that word shows up in your resume a couple times, because basically when the recruiters from the airlines are pulling resumes from HR to find future flight attendants, that is like a major keyword that they're looking for in resumes. So when they type in and they're looking for resumes to pull through their database, customer service is one of those words. So if I were you, I would just make sure that that word like comes up through your resume like a couple times, so that you'll have more chances of your application being pulled. And number two, I would say be passport ready or already have your passport process started. It's really important. Some airlines are really picky because they have so many applicants that if you're already not passport ready, there are like a whole bunch of other people that already have their passports. And depending on that particular airline, sometimes if you don't already have one, it's like, okay, pass. Or sometimes they're lenient and they're like, okay, well, as long as you can have everything going and you can have it ready by the time training is starting, then they'll still accept you. But it just all depends on that particular airline. Also, throughout the entire interview process, once they've contacted you and they've started like some type of interview process at all with you, read all instructions thoroughly that they send you through every email and do exactly as they request. Sometimes like you might need to even read over it more than once, but do that. Because from the beginning of the interview process, from the very beginning, it's already started before you even meet them face to face. And that's something that no one tells you. So running into number four, the video interview process. Most airlines, they have a video interview process these days. And what's gonna happen is when you get that invite for that, take that interview very serious. So what I would do is, if I were you, and I'm speaking off of experience because I was a flight attendant. I'm no longer a flight attendant anymore. And even before I was a flight attendant, I had been through many interviews before I became one through different airlines, and I would always make it to the end and then I wouldn't get picked. And this is why, because these things that I'm telling you were things that I wasn't completing and wasn't doing. And now that I know, I wanted to share this with you guys. But during the video interview, what I will say is make sure like from waist up that you're already like, dressed business, professional, like casual or whatever. Like make sure you have like a blazer, the blouse, if you can, like if you're a female, slick your hair back or whatever in a bun, or make it like you're already interview ready, because they're judging you already from that video interview. That video interview is way more important than people really think. It's like they've already made their mind up really through that video interview if they want you or not. And when they call you in for the in-person, it's just basically to finalize it. That's it. But people don't know that that video interview is everything. It literally means so much. So just make sure that you read the instructions, follow them thoroughly throughout the whole interview for the video interview, and just do as they say, and make sure from waist up that you are presentable and ready as if you were already there meeting with them face to face. Number five, make sure that all your documents, birth certificate, social security card, ID, everything is up to par. Passport, if you already have one, make sure everything is valid. Make sure nothing has laminations, no rips, no tears, no nothing, because they take this so serious. So just make sure all your documentation is good. Like I said, some airlines, they're really picky. So if it's not right, they're like, next. Some airlines, they will give you up until the time of training to get those things together. Also, number 6, be on point with all your responses. Be very punctual, be very polite. Throughout the whole interview process with the airlines, you will receive a lot of emails. Just make sure that if you know that you're applying and they are already communicating with you, that you're checking your emails throughout the day, or they may call, or whatever the case may be. Just make sure you're very punctual with responses and just on top of it, because they're looking at that as, is this how they're going to be once they're an employee with our company? So that is very major as a flight attendant. Punctuality is everything. It's everything. The customer service part of like being polite and courteous, those things are very important as well. So they're looking at all of that. Number 7, when you receive your in-person interview invite, please read the dress code thoroughly. Do exactly as they ask. When you show up, make sure that you are already perfect. And by perfect, I mean how you would see, I won't even say like a flight attendant on an airplane, because sometimes some of them are not like in compliance, and you'll learn what compliance is once you get the job. It's like airline standard of like what you're supposed to look like and all of that, but they'll drill that in your head during training. But basically, usually when you are going through the interview process, what they will do is they'll already send you you'll get like a little flyer with like details on it, and you'll see like flight attendants that are like models on the little flyer thing, and that's how you need to show up looking. That's what I would say in every guideline that they give, like as far as the pantyhose or the ties or the skirt length, everything. Make sure that it is on point, from the hair, everything. Just make sure you're on point. And because when you walk into that room, they're already judging you right then and there. As soon as you step in, all eyes are on you. You might not think that they are, but they are. They're watching you from the moment you walk in the room. Tip number 8, during the interview, I would suggest that you ask one question. Like they'll have like little sessions where they're like have a recruiter speaking, and they'll like be giving you like an overall thing about what it's like a day in a day in a life of being a flight attendant and all of that. So I would ask one question, and I would answer one question, because they'll probably ask some questions or whatever throughout the process too. A really good tip I would say is like you want to be involved, but don't overdo it. They're looking for someone that's going to be like active, but not doing too much. Number 9, big one. When you go to the in-person interview, do not be overly social. Participate in all activities, of course. Be very friendly. Be sure to smile a lot. Make sure the whole time you're there, you're very poised, really good posture. They're looking at all of this. But at the same time, be a little quiet, but still interact a little bit, but just don't overdo it. They're watching how you carry yourself the entire time. Like, it's like crazy, because if I would have known this a long time ago, I probably would have been a flight attendant a long time ago, but I didn't know any of this. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. And the last tip, number 10, most airlines that you will go to, sometimes they will tell you like the same day. They'll like break it down on who they're choosing and who they're not, because it will be like usually like a really big interview session with a lot of people, and most of the time most people will know that same day. Some airlines, they will wait like a couple days, and you'll know like within the end of the week or sometime in that week that you will get the job. So that's all I'll say about that, you guys. I just felt like this would be a really good video for me to share with you guys. It was requested by one of my subscribers, and I always like try to make sure that if anyone requests a video, I try to give them the information, because I definitely appreciate their support. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time, bye guys.